MANIA showed up tonight. The Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies hit it off in Game 2 today with a Memphis Grizzlies win. Honestly, the way the game was going at the beginning and towards the middle and even pretty late into the fourth quarter, I thought Golden State was going to win this game. I felt they had control most of the game. Obviously, there was a big hit to Memphis about 3 minutes into the game. Dillon Brooks swiped Gary Payton Jr. in the head, which honestly, I don't know which team loses more out on that. I would have to go with Dillon Brooks because he's such a good two-way player. But Gary Payton has been able to slow down Ja throughout that, at least the first game. So Ja Morant ended up going for 47. So we'll never know who had the bigger impact in that game, whether it be Brooks being out or Gary Payton going out because he got injured on the play. Obviously, it doesn't really matter. Both teams had to come up and have some bench players show up tonight. For the Warriors, it was Poole. And honestly, Otto Porter Jr. played very well when he was in the game. Very well. He only had 4 points, but he was plus 17 when he was on the court. Which honestly, I think that's because they need more size at times against some of the lineups that Memphis puts out. They do have some big bodies. Not like giant centers, but like some big bodies that they do need to have some people out there for. People are going to say Draymond Green missed some time because he did get hurt during this game. He still played 32 minutes. That's basically what he plays every single night. So I don't think that's really relevant to how the game went. The big issue tonight, which I think every person can say as someone that watches the Warriors often, you have to hit your shots as a Warriors team. It's just how they win games. They shot 18% from three. I think anyone in the world is going to tell you that you're probably going to lose that game, specifically the Warriors, and they shot 18%. So the fact that it was a 5-point game and close makes me worried for the Memphis. I picked Memphis to win the series, but honestly, if the Warriors are going to shoot 18% from three and still almost win the game on an away game, that's pretty scary. I think all these games are going to come down to the wire just because of how competitive, obviously, Ja Morant is and a couple other guys on each team. Obviously, Steph, Clay, they're all very good shooters. They can make things happen when they need to make it happen. The Warriors, in my opinion, really need some step up from Andrew Wiggins, though. We all know how Andrew Wiggins works. He had 16 tonight, but he went 6 from 16, and he missed a lot of shots. He was 1 for 7 from 3, and a lot of them were open threes. So my breakdown of this game basically is if the Warriors hit their shots, they're going to win. It wasn't like there was a lot of contested misses either. Like Steph Curry went 3 for 11 from 3, and he had some wide open shots. He took a couple deep ones, but that's pretty much how he's played his whole career, so that's nothing surprising. Klay Thompson, 2 for 12. In my opinion, if they're not hitting their shots, they kind of made this transition a little too late in the game, in my opinion, because as we know, Steph and Klay, they haven't shot like they normally have this year. They're having down years. Obviously, Klay coming off and not playing for 2 years, and Steph just having an off year so far in case of shooting-wise. Have them drive more. Steph really did well when he drove tonight. People forget how quick Steph is, and he gets, it's always mind blows me. He blows past people. So they definitely need to take advantage of that more. And Klay, obviously, he can pump fake, and he's going to get a lot of people coming to him. But he missed a lot of open threes tonight, and that's not something that he typically does. But he's done it 2 games in a row now. He's had 2 bad games in a row. I imagine at home, the Splash Bros are going to get hot. And I will say Jordan Poole did play well again. He went 8 for 16, so 50% from the field. He did go 1 for 6 from 3, though. So if you're going to shoot 7 for 38 on the day, you're just going to lose. It's just how it's going to be. But like I said, I am a little worried for my Memphis pick right now because if you're going to only win by 5, and I will say Desmond Bane has played really bad the first 2 games, and he was probably the second best player on that team this year, consistently. You can argue like Dillon Brooks, but he was injured a lot and does stuff like he did tonight where he gets knocked out of games, and he's kind of a wild card. But consistently, Desmond Bane was very good this year, and both games so far, he's done really bad. He was plus 11 on the night, somehow, even though he only scored 5 points, but it is what it is, I guess. But that's pretty much it, guys. Ja Morant, definitely the story of the night, played 41 minutes at 47 points. You can't slow him down. Good luck, because obviously he has it whenever he's driving. If he's not taking stupid shots, he is very hard to beat, especially right now, young in his career. I do think that there is people out there that have made predictions like Colin Cowherd that we might see some fall off later on because he's so skinny and whatnot, but he could just be different. You never know. He could put some muscle on, he could put a little weight on and make it a little less exciting, but that guy above the hoop is the best in the game right now. Game 3 coming up. I'm really excited for all these series right now, guys. We got Suns tomorrow. Lots of things happening. 76er series is probably the one series I'm not going to talk too much unless it randomly gets a little bit more interesting. But for now, I'm going to be talking about the Warrior series, Boston series, and the Suns series, obviously, as a Suns fan. But I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys did enjoy today's segment. If you guys did, make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.